I'm Kathleen. This is Gracie.
I'm Mike. Fourth anniversary a few months ago.
Fourth anniversary.
Did 2 kids pretty quick. And,
we knocked it right out. Second daughter. We have a 2.5-year-old. But she's our determined, happy little girl, for sure. The pregnancy was fine. Everything was perfect. Out she popped, and everything was still perfect. And then they took her for her newborn hearing screening. And they come back and they're like, she failed. And we were like, what is this test? Like, we had another baby and we didn't even pay attention the first time. You know, you're going through so much. So we brought her back, and 2 weeks later she failed again. So I knew something was wrong. Then they referred us here to Providence. We come in and we take her in for an ABR test, auditory brainstem response test. And she's taking the test, and I'm like, something's off, because they keep saying, oh, well, a normal response would be here, 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 and she wasn't, responding. So then they go, well, she has a severe to profound bilateral hearing loss. Short term, she's pretty much, deaf. And we brought her home, and I said, well, she's hearing nothing. I said she can't even hear me tell her that I love her. We were a mess. Like, the world was falling apart.
It was hard to believe at first because our older daughter, we never had anything like this.
It was weird. I was prepared for everything but hearing loss. She couldn't hear anything we were saying. Nothing. I mean, it was so hard. Being a special ed teacher, I was like, oh, well, Cochlears. There wasn't much of a discussion. We just knew we were going to do it. I told him what it was, I said, I'll give her a chance to hear, and he was like, oh, well, we're doing it.
It was a pretty easy decision. I mean, I didn't even give it a second thought.
Yeah.
You want to give your kid every opportunity possible. So.
I remember them telling me at Providence, like, oh, she has to wear these hearing aids. And I'm like, what? She's not 85? Like, what are you talking about?
She responds to, every time you call her name, she responds and looks at you, and she's, totally responsive.
The dog, she hears the dog.
Yeah, just like any 8-month-old is right now. It doesn't seem all that different, but obviously we know that without those hearing aids, she would be getting hardly anything right now.
Right.
We've already started the signing thing, and it's been great because she's responsive, but sign is such a small percentage of the population, and verbal is universal. So that's what we want for her. We want her to develop normal speech and be able to communicate back with us and with all the rest of her family and stuff. So
I'm so glad that we can sign, like, we can communicate with her. If we didn't sign, I mean, I don't even know what we would do. Providence, they take your hand, and it was like, okay, we're gonna order her hearing aids. And I'm like, what? And they're programming the hearing aids, and the hearing aids come in, and oh, you need new ear molds. So I'm like, what is an ear mold? Like, all of this world that we didn't even know about. You guys just take us, through everything, and ordering her Cochlears, more testing for her Cochlears. She'll be implanted at the end of January, and then we have to wait a little bit for it to heal, and then February is activation day. So I can't wait to see what she does. I mean, everybody always says she's gonna do big things, she's gonna do big things. I mean, obviously she was given to us for a reason, and she's so determined. I just want her to, do everything that she wants.
You totally take it for granted as a parent until you're thrown into what we have with Gracie, and it's different, but we know she's getting the best here and with what we're doing for her.
I don't know what we would do without coming here. Her entire chance to hear is coming out of this place. So, I mean, it's helped her, give her a chance. That's why we're so sure right now that she's gonna be okay.